This room was always small, but now it barely breathes. The walls lean in like witnesses to everything you leave. Your shadow stains the corners like smoke that never clears, and every inch above my head feels heavy with the years. There's a watering on the nightstand from the glass you used to hold. I trace it like a ritual when the midnight gets too cold. I used to dream in open skies. Now every thought feels crushed inside a world that shrank itself the moment we lost us. In a ceiling low enough to touch, I reach for anything but us. But every time my fingers rise, they meet the weight of your goodbye. And all the air grows thin at night, like sorrows pressing from all sides. I swear these walls know way too much. In a ceiling low enough to touch. The window faces buildings with lights that never sleep. I watch strangers moving forward while I drown beneath these sheets. Your books are still beside me, bent open spine to spine, like they're waiting for your hands to bring their words alive. I tried turning on the radio to cover up the ache, but every song became another thing my heart could break to. And somewhere past this concrete town, morning still exists. But down here in this quiet room, I only feel your absence. In a ceiling low enough to touch, I reach for anything but us. But every time my fingers rise, they meet the weight of your goodbye. And all the air grows thin at night, like sorrows pressing from all sides. I swear these walls know way too much. In a ceiling low enough to touch. Maybe grief is just a room you never really leave. You just learn which corners hurt the least and how to fall asleep. Maybe love keeps shrinking spaces after someone disappears, till all you have is one dim light and all your unshed tears. In a ceiling low enough to touch, I finally see what we became. A pair of ghosts inside a home, too fragile for the pain. And now the dark hangs overhead, like every word we left unsaid, still pressing down with all its weight, long after you escape. can't stand up anymore. So I lie here very still beneath the weight of almost love. The waves keep crashing at the shore, like they still expect something more. But this old tower barely stands against the sea and shifting sands. I climb the stairs each night alone, to a fading light that's long been gone, still pretending I can save anyone from these endless waves. Your voice once burned inside the dark, now it's just an echo in my heart. I'm a lighthouse with a broken bow, trying to shine when there's no love, calling out across the storm, but no one listens anymore. Every beam has slowly died, like the tears I learned to hide. Now I'm just a ghost above, a lighthouse with a broken bow. The ocean knows my every scar. It watched you drift away too far, and every ship that passes near feels like another disappearing year. The fog rolls in like soft regret, covering all we tried to protect. And somewhere in the distant blue, there's still a part of me with you. But even stars can lose their glow when they have nowhere left to go. With a broken bow. If you ever sail these waters again, would you recognize the man I've been, or just see ruins by the tide, where lonely hearts go down and hide? Now the night has swallowed up the coast, and I'm still here protecting ghosts. The flame is weak, the tower bends, like a soul too tired to mend. But even broken lives still try to guide somebody through goodbye. Though mine was never bright enough, a lighthouse with a broken bow. The waves roll on, the light stays gone. There's a cafe on 7th Street where laughter used to taste so sweet. Now every chair feels occupied by memories I try to hide. The park bench facing fading skies still knows the truth behind my eyes. We carved forever in the air, but forever never stayed there. Every road remembers you, even ones I never choose. I carry a map inside my chest, marked with the places we love best. Every street becomes a scar, showing me how lost we are. I redraw lines just to survive, avoiding places I can't visit anymore. Your shadow walks familiar lanes between the sunlight and the rain. The movie theater midnight train all whisper softly of your name. I pass the window of our past, afraid one glance will make it last. The city hasn't changed at all, only I have learned to fall. Even silence speaks of you in everything I try to do. I carry a map inside my chest, marked with the places we love best. Every street becomes a scar, showing me how lost we are. I redraw lines just to survive, avoiding where we felt alive. Love turned every door to lore. A map of places I can't visit anymore. If healing means forgetting you, why does every path lead through? I wander streets that feel erased, searching for a safer place. Maybe time will rearrange all the roads that love has changed. I carry a map inside my soul, with missing pieces I can't control. Every memory lights a flame, every landmark speaks your name. I walk alone through open doors, learning who I was before, but my heart still keeps the score of places I can't visit anymore. And somewhere under quiet skies our footsteps fade, but never die. There's a highway running through my chest, lined with memories I can't forget. Every mile marker wears your face, every turn just repeats the pain. The radio hums a dying tune beneath the pale and broken moon, and all the signs I pass at night point toward what I left behind. I keep chasing ghosts through the rain, but they always lead me back again. It's a road that only leads backward to the wreckage of my heart. No matter how far I drive away, I end up where the shadows stay. Every dream becomes the past, every promise fades too fast, and I'm still trapped inside the dark, on a road that only leads backward. The headlights cut through empty fields, searching for something real. But every town I wander through feels abandoned without you. I stop at diners late at night just to avoid the silence inside, but your memory sits across from me like it never really left the scene. The farther that I try to run, the closer I become to what I've done. It's a road that only leads backward, through forgotten boulevard scars. Every street light flickers low, like hope too weak to even glow. Your voice still echoes in my veins, like thunder rolling through the rain. And every path falls apart on a road that only leads backward. If I could burn these maps away, would I finally escape? Or would the ashes spell your name and send me circling back again? Still driving on this road backward, with a soul worn down and scarred. The dawn appears but brings no peace, just another night that never leaves. And somewhere past the endless gray, maybe hearts can heal someday, but mine still lives inside the dark, on a road that only leads backward. The engine hums, the miles blur, but I never move on. streetlights stain the pavement in pale and trembling gold, and every stranger passing by looks colder than the cold. I caught my reflection in a storefront, but something wasn't there. Like even darkness gave up trying to follow me anywhere. Your voice still drifts through memory like smoke that won't dissolve. But every day I lose another piece of who I was before, and I walk through crowded hallways, feeling transparent inside, like grief erased the outline where my heart used to hide. I'm a soul without a shadow, a body without light, drifting through the ruins of another sleepless night. And every mirror shows somebody I barely recognize, a faded silhouette surviving behind exhausted eyes. I'm a soul without a shadow since you said goodbye. The apartment hums at midnight with refrigerators and rain, little lonely symphonies for hearts that can't explain. Your photograph beside the window still catches morning sun. Funny how paper can remember someone after they are gone. I tried speaking to old friends, but my voice sounded far away, like I'd already started disappearing before I walked away. And every room feels haunted by the shape of who I've been. Turns out loneliness can hollow out a person from within. I'm a soul without a shadow, a body without light, drifting through the ruins of another sleepless night. And every mirror shows somebody I barely recognize, a faded silhouette surviving behind exhausted eyes. I'm a soul without a shadow since you said goodbye. And maybe shadows only follow people still connected to the sun, and heartbreak is the slow extinction of believing you belong to anyone. Maybe grief turns human beings into echoes dressed as skin, still breathing through the silence, but not fully living in it. Still a soul without a shadow, but somewhere deep below, a tiny spark refuses to completely let me go. And though the night surrounds me and your absence stains the air, some fragile part inside my chest still whispers that I'm here. No longer just a soul without a shadow, but someone learning how to heal. The dawn spills softly on the floor, and for a moment I cast a shade again. There's glass I didn't notice grow between my breath and things I know. The world moves like it's passing through, but I stay split in two. Faces blur but never stay. They drift too close, then fade away, and I exist behind the line where nothing feels like mine. I try to reach, I try to speak, but everything just feels too far to meet. There are borders between me and the world, invisible, quietly unfurled. No map can show where I begin or where the distance lets things in. I stand outside my own design, a place that doesn't feel like mine. And every step I try to take just makes the boundary break. Even sunlight keeps its space. It never lands upon my face, like I'm a country left unnamed that time forgot to claim. I hear the laughter on the street, but it dissolves before we meet, and I am only half aware of being there. Am I too close or too far gone to belong to anyone? There are borders between me and the world, quiet flags that never unfurl. No one crosses, no one sees the walls that live inside of me. I try to draw a map, but still it changes shape against my will, and I am stranded where I stand on silence I can tell. I built these borders by myself. Morning leaks through the curtains in pale and tired gold, dust drifting through the sunlight like memories growing old. The city moves beneath my window, cars and strangers blur like rain, everybody going somewhere while I barely know my name. Your coffee mug still in the cupboard, second shelf beside the tea. Funny how the smallest objects outlive what used to be. And every day I smile politely, like nothing's wrong inside, while parts of me keep fading right before the world's eyes. I'm disappearing in broad daylight, slowly vanishing in view, becoming less like who I was with every hour without you. And nobody seems to notice the silence swallowing me whole, 'cause some kinds of heartbreak happen without a visible wound at all. Disappearing in broad daylight, and nobody can tell. The grocery store cashier asked me, "How have you been these days?" I said fine out of habit, while my voice gave me away. The television plays softly to an empty living room. Even the laughter sounds exhausted in this half-lit afternoon. I tried walking through the city, thinking movement might help heal. But loneliness travels with you like a second layer of skin, and every passing reflection looks stranger than before, like I'm becoming transparent in places I once belonged. I'm disappearing in broad daylight, slowly vanishing in view, becoming less like who I was with every hour without you. And nobody seems to notice the silence swallowing me whole, 'cause some kinds of heartbreak happen without a visible wound at all. I'm disappearing in broad daylight, and nobody can tell. Maybe people fade gradually like photographs left in the sun. Not all losses happen suddenly, some happen one day at a time. Maybe survival is just learning how to haunt your own life, smiling through conversations while collapsing deep inside. Still disappearing in broad daylight, as evening stains the sky, and neon lights reflect softly in these tired, hollow eyes. somewhere underneath the fading, a fragile pulse survives, a tiny stubborn proof I haven't fully died. Though I'm disappearing in broad daylight, I'm still trying to stay alive. The crowd keeps moving past me, like I was never there. This house remembers everything, the cracks, the fights, the wedding rings. Dust hangs heavy in the air, like your ghost is still living here. I walk the hallway late at night, avoiding every patch of light. But every step beneath my feet pulls your memory back to me. The silence never stays the same when the floorboards groan your name. These floorboards groan your name tonight, like the house still holds you tight. Every creak becomes your voice, every shadow kills the noise, and I can't escape the sound of losing you inside these walls, where all my lonely echoes remain, and floorboards that groan your name. Your picture hangs beside the stairs, fading slowly with the years. But your eyes still follow me, like unfinished misery. The kitchen light hums soft and low over cups we used to hold, and every room feels cold and strange since love packed up and walked away. The wind keeps shaking window frames, like it's trying to call your name. These floorboards groan your name tonight, through the darkness and the quiet. Every memory leaves a stain that no amount of time can change. I hear you in the settling wood, in every place we once stood, and nothing here will ever change, with floorboards that groan your name. If I burn this house to ash, would the sorrow finally pass, or would the smoke rise through the air, still carrying you everywhere? Still the floorboards groan your name, like a prayer drowned in rain. The ceiling bows, the old walls crack, but they still whisper you back. And even when the house is gone, these haunted halls will linger on inside my chest, where grief remains like floorboards that groan your name. The house grows still, but underneath, your memory walks with me. There's a sound lost in my mind, like wind through memories left behind. A melody I almost know, fading softer, echoing slow. Your laughter lived between the days, bright as sunlight in a haze. Now it drifts beyond my reach, a language sorrow cannot teach. I chase the echo through the dark, holding on to just a spark. Fragments of a laugh I can't quite recall, pieces of joy from before the fall. I hear it hiding inside. Turn, you're never there. Time erased what love once knew, leaving only shades of you. A broken song inside my soul, fragments I can't make. Old photographs begin to blur. I try remembering the curve of happiness upon your face, but grief keeps taking its place. The room remembers more than me. Walls hold what I cannot see. I ask the quiet who we were, but silence answers in a whisper. Every memory slips away like dust surrendering to gray. Fragments of a laugh I can't quite recall, pieces of joy from before the fall. I hear it hiding inside. Did forgetting start with pain, or did time rewrite your name? I fear the day I finally lose the last soft echo left of you. Fragments of a laugh still remain, floating ten before the point. A distant light I almost see. Recall, your laughter still survives it all. The hallway breathes at midnight slow. A trace of you I still know. Perfume drifting through the air, like you're almost standing there. Footsteps fade but linger on, long after you've been gone. Every wall remembers well the quiet story I can't tell. I close my eyes to escape, but memory refuses to fade. I'm haunted by a scent in the hallway, soft as the ghost of your goodbye. It follows me through every doorway, where love forgot to die. No sound, no face, no light to see, just echoes clinging close to me. I try to breathe, but sorrow stays, haunted by you in hidden ways. The air still carries your refrain, sweet like sunshine, sharp like pain. I stop and turn without a sound, as if your heart beats still around. Windows tremble in the night, holding fragments of your light. I walk past rooms we used to share, still searching for you everywhere. Every breath pulls you near, even when you disappear. I'm haunted by a scent in the hallway, soft as the ghost of your goodbye. It follows me through every doorway, where love forgot to die. No sound, no face, no light to see, just echoes clinging close to me. I try to run, but memories stay, haunted by you every day. If time could wash the air away, would my heart finally obey? Or would I miss the pain you left, the only proof we ever met? I'm haunted by a scent in the hallway, fading but never gone. It lingers between night and morning, like a half-remembered song. The world moves on beyond these walls, but loneliness still gently calls. Until my restless heart can sleep, your ghost remains with me. And in the quiet before dawn's light. I breathe you in one more night. There's a crack inside the ceiling where the winter settles in, and the silence in this apartment knows exactly where you've been. Your coffee cup is faded by the sink you used to lean on, like a monument to moments that disappeared too soon. And I still pull your sweater closer, though your perfume's almost gone, trying to make a home out of what kept moving on. I hear the city breathing outside these paper walls, but every sound reminds me you don't answer when I call. I'm locking doors against the air, closing windows to the night, trying to keep your memory from leaving with the light. But loneliness leaks through the corners like rain beneath the frame, and every room keeps whispering the ruins of your name. I'm locking doors against the air, but nothing keeps you here. The hallway lights keep flickering like tired stars about to die, and all the clocks inside this place forgot how to survive. I rehearse our last conversation like a prayer without a God, searching every sentence for where we fell apart. Your side of the bed stays colder than the winter on the fire escape, and every dream I wake from leaves another thing to break. I built these walls around me, brick by fragile brick, but grief slips through the smallest spaces and settles in my chest. I'm locking doors against the air, closing windows to the night, trying to keep your memory from leaving with the light. But loneliness leaks through the corners like rain beneath the frame, and every room keeps whispering the ruins of your name. I'm locking doors against the air, but nothing keeps you here. Maybe hearts were never houses, maybe love was never meant to stay, maybe we were only strangers borrowing each other's pain. And all these dead-bond promises can't stop time from moving on, so I sit beside the silence, waiting for what's gone. I'm locking doors against the air, still pretending you might knock, still hearing footsteps in the shadows every time the elevator stops. But the night keeps growing larger, and your voice keeps growing thin. While I got an empty kingdom no one's living in, I'm locking doors against the air and trapping myself within. The keys are in my shaking hands, but I don't know what I'm trying to keep out anymore.